Serving up all the greatest things in life for you. Laughs, food for thought, and food for the bedroom, otherwise known as Smut Tales. So that way you can bring it to the bedroom and do your eating in there. I just wanted to see the reaction on Nora's face when I said that. That's the only reason why I brought that in.
You said we're not supposed to eat in bed.
Oh, did I?
Food,
yeah. Let's
things.
Let's clear that up. You know, every once in a while, I'm sure a hot dog's not bad in bed.
No. You can eat other things in bed.
I mean, a hot dog, I feel like, is the least messiest, right? Because you don't have to put any condiments on a hot dog.
Just straight hot dog?
Yeah, just straight hot dog.
What condiments do you have to use on other things?
Well, sometimes it's not the condiments per se, but it's just like sometimes there's not enough napkins in the room.
Got it.
Yeah, and you don't want to walk out of the room or walk out after dinner and have a whole bunch of mess on your face, do you?
That's true.
You don't want people to be like, oh, man, I can't believe they would walk around with all that on their face.
It's like they need to go to etiquette school or something.
They do. I've been twice. We have Nora in here because guess what? I failed to get to the good parts of this book that I'm reading, Warning Track Power. And I know it's just Warning Track. I just wanted to say Warning Track Power.
The author's going to come after you.
She can come after me. I'm A-okay with that. I'm going to say you should have named it Warning Track Power. That's what I would tell her. But we have Nora in here because I haven't gotten to the smut stuff yet. I am 9 chapters in, about to start, I almost said episode because I don't read so much, but chapter number 10. Jeez.
I like how you're referring to the chapters as episodes now.
Yeah, I'm trying to change it up. I'm trying to make it more appealing for people to listen to.
Well, so far, what do you think of the book? I know you say it's not
my cup of tea.
Is it not your cup of tea?
It's not my type of genre, I would say.
So it's not your cup of tea just based off of like the genre of it.
I would say the writing is not what I'm usually used to because most of the time if I read, it's usually a biography or something like that. Like I've read Colin Cowherd's 2 books. I've read Joe Buck's book.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, that was really hard to say.
So my question is if this book was made into like a short TV series or like a short film, would you watch it? Like, would you sit there and watch it with me? Or is it like the complete story so far? No.
I would give it a chance.
Okay.
If it wasn't on Hallmark or Lifetime.
Okay.
So if
like
it was
Hulu or Netflix did it?
Yes, I would give it a shot.
Okay.
But
that makes me feel better.
Yes, I think if you would put it on, like I said, a Lifetime or a Hallmark, I would think, oh, this is going to be super cheesy acting.
It's too R-rated for that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, I don't think that I could
HBO Max is going to have to get it. No, that makes me feel better because there are some books that I sit there and I go, I like the actual concept and story, but the writing may not be there for me or it isn't smutty enough for me because it's weird. I will sit there and watch Disney movies all day. I'll sit there and watch I'll watch the Hannah Montana series or Lizzie McGuire from my childhood all over again. But if there's a book that doesn't have enough smut for me, I'm like, no, can't do it.
Just because that's your comfort zone. When you're reading, that's what you like to.
I guess, yes. Although I've read 12 books since my last smut book.
Wow.
So I had to phone a friend and ask Rachel for help again because you weren't prepared this week.
It's not that I'm not prepared. I just haven't gotten to that stuff yet.
Because you didn't read fast enough.
I'm not reading fast enough. Listen, when I was a kid in elementary school, you didn't want to pick me as a kid for popcorn reading. Do you know what popcorn reading is?
Yeah, where someone would randomly pick up where you left off. And
right. You wouldn't want to pick me in class because I didn't know how to read that well. So I would stutter over words, and the teacher would always have to help me out. And I felt like we could always get through the book faster if just a smart person was reading.
Got it.
So that's where I am. And, now that I think about popcorn reading back in elementary school, I wonder if that's what the teacher did when they were hungover. They're like, you know what? I don't feel like participating today. I'll just kind of go sit at my desk, let the kids read. They could be interactive with each other. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to recoup from last night.
That's when they did quiet days, and you could go in the reading corner and read the book, or they'd be like, hey, we're going to watch this movie for history or science today.
Oh, that was classic. That's how you knew a teacher was hungover
Bill
in
Nye
high
the
school
Science Guy?
or junior high, is when that TV cart came out. And you would see some nonsense that had absolutely nothing to do with what you've been learning about.
Oh, no.
And then it was like, okay, they got drunk last night.
Do you remember watching the cartoons, and they'd be like, I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill?
Do you know what those are called?
No, I can't think of them.
You don't have any idea?
I can't think of the name of like the series. I'm drawing a blank. Are you disappointed in me?
You don't know?
I can't think of them. If I heard them, I'd be like, if someone mentioned the name of them, then I'd be like, I know what they are. You don't know. That's why you're having to Google it.
No, I know what it is.
So tell me what it is.
I wanted to play you a song. That's what I was going to do.
Whatever. But
do you think are you calling me a liar?
I think you are.
Schoolhouse Rocks?
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Let me just double check, because I'm pretty sure it is. Schoolhouse. Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, those were such.
You want to talk about watching movies, and then we'll get to this smut, because this does tie in. My freshman year of high school, I had this teacher. He was a very, very weird dude. I felt really bad because I think he had a hip replacement or something was bad, where he used a cane to get around all the time, and he had a really bad limp. But this dude was a genius. Absolute genius. He was a scientist for big corporations before he went into school teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And he had no idea how to handle a classroom. Zero whatsoever. He was actually fired at the semester because shit got so crazy. One day, he lost so control of the classroom, he just kind of gave up and was like, I'm going to put on a movie. It's not that he was hungover. He tried his hardest, but he could not win that class over. The kids saw how much of a pushover he was. They would do anything to just get after this guy, get under his skin. Well, when he put that movie on, he went into this back room, because in the science rooms, they had these back rooms. Yeah, just because of all the equipment that they needed. He went back there, I think, just to kind of detox from everything that was going on in that classroom. Well, when he went back there, some kid hit pause on the VHS tape that was in there, popped it out, and it was a combo VHS DVD player, okay? Popped the VHS out, put a porno into the DVD player, and then somebody went to go grab the teacher from the back and was like, hey, something's wrong with the TV. I don't know. It just stopped playing. So he waddles up in front of the class. He's like, all right, who did it? Who did it? Nobody says anything. And they're like, I don't know, just stop playing. It's a VHS. Like, nobody uses VHSs anymore, dude. All right, I know one of you did it. So he goes and hits play. Up on the screen pops two people, a male and a female, just going to town. All you hear is the moaning, and then all you hear is the dude go, oh yeah, do you like that? Yeah. Just like getting after it, and it's just loud, just and everyone is just dying in the classroom.
And where is this at?
It was this at high school. This was in high school. This is what
Your
got.
high school?
Yes, this was a story with me.
This happened. You were in that class?
I was in that class. I watched all this happen.
No, your mother raised you to respect your elders.
Did I put the tape in?
No one said a word. It could have been you.
It was not me.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a narc.
That's what the person who did it would say too. I am just.
And I think that might have been the first time that teacher ever saw porn in his life.
Was it the first time you ever saw porn?
Oh, no. No. But I think it was his first.
Were you happy to experience that with him?
No, because I really think that's what got him fired. Like,
well, no shit, that's what got him fired.
I just felt bad for the guy.
I mean, I think a lot of it's also on, maybe this is just me being an old lady, being on the kids of like literally not having any respect for authority in that manner. Like it's fine to pull little pranks on a teacher, but to pull something that could potentially get a teacher fired, like that's a new low, and that's a new disrespect that like.
I agree. I think you're right. The only thing, if that didn't happen in class that day, the only thing that would have happened is Mr. Savage, that was his name, would have made it to the end of the school year.
But he wouldn't have probably.
But he wouldn't have been back for another year.
But that's a lot better than completely getting fired in the middle of a semester.
No, it's okay. He still got paid.
Oh, well.
He still got paid because I went to Bloom Trail. My mom worked at Bloom, and he became essentially like a security guard over at Bloom. That's essentially what he became. And I remember I went over to Bloom one day, and I saw him sitting on a stool in the hallway. And I was like, hey, Mr. Savage, what are you doing over here? He's like, oh, hey, Sean. Yeah, they got me working over here second semester. And that is not a play on what the guy sounded like. He sounded weird.
Okay.
But I don't know what he's up to these days. Probably now directing porn, if I had to give it a guess.
Well.
Or maybe he's an author. Maybe he's writing smut after he saw that. He felt inspired.
Hey, I'll look him up. Okay. Our quote this week is from the book called Captured by the author Rosa Lee. It's a 3-part book. It's a 3-book series. I don't know what it's about. The description was kind of long, and we didn't really have a lot of time before we started.
Yeah, it's like reading the prologue or something.
No.
Just don't have time for it.
But I will say, if these are genres that you prefer, this may be the book for you. And the genres descriptions are reverse harem, dark, romance, contemporary, BDSM, erotica, adult. So if any of those genres intrigue you.
Sounds like it could be in the bad bitch genre.
Do you know what reverse harem is?
That's where they switch roles, correct?
As in?
A guy getting pegged.
No.
That's not it?
No.
That's what I thought it was.
Reverse harem is one female with multiple males.
Or
multiple female. It could be, I guess. Basically.
An orgy.
Yes, but a typical harem would be one male, multiple females. Reverse would be female.
I would call that a gangbang. That's what you would search on Pornhub. Gangbang.
Oh, not reverse harem.
No. That's too technical.
Oh, okay. Well, in the book world, we like to be a little bit better. So this is this is from my lovely friend Rachel. Again, I don't know who's talking. I'm one of the guys is talking in this sense, I'm assuming. And the quote is, You're going to take me all the way until you're choking on my cock and your eyes water. Put that sharp tongue of yours to good use. I'm going to fuck your mouth and fill you up with my hot cum. His voice is low and raspy, filled with need, and his dirty talk makes a groan leave my lips as he starts to push his big dick into my mouth, pausing when he's hitting the back of my throat and then pushing in some more.
See, that's the description. When you say that, makes me think of a gangbang. Like, this girl is in the middle of all these men just starting to suck them all off, but then there's just one guy where he just shoves it, and she's just looking up at him, and she just has tears running down her face, and there's a lot of sound effects that are going on with that. That's what I imagine in that scene.
Okay, well, I got 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
And air quotes asking for a friend.
Uh-huh.
Do guys like it when girls like look up at them?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay. Taking notes. And I forgot what my other one. Oh, my second question was, do guys like the sound effects?
I think that one is going to vary.
Okay.
I think that one is going to vary on which guy you talk to.
Why do guys like it, like the eye contact?
The eye contact, I think, stems from, okay, this is going to go back for generations. And I think
Going
it's
back
just
to the time of Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, in caveman world. I think this is now just part of men's DNA now. You know how, like, certain dogs are bred to be hunting dogs and whatever? You know, there's certain traits that they pick up.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a trait that a man has just picked up over time. There's something about that look to a guy that he sees a girl make with those eyes that are looking up at him.
It's a submissive look.
And I think through the years of porn, since it's always been a male demographic, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always been a lot of point of view for
Got
porn.
it.
So when a male actor was receiving that, it would be in the point of view of that male audience member getting that from a female porn star.
Makes sense.
So you would see that. So that's why I also think
porn industry has just trained you to almost like that.
Correct. I think that could possibly be it.
Good to know.
It is good to know. I feel like those are kind of basic for what a guy likes. Like I said, it's been...
Wow, I feel like I'm failing you.
I feel like that's been put throughout history for men. Like I said, the way that I described it, I think that men would always like that eye contact.
Oh.
Just the way that it goes. I'm sure there's certain things that women like that they see in adult films.
Yeah.
That they want replicated for them.
Uh-huh.
So it's just, whatever the female wants in that situation. Right.
I wasn't sure.
Now you know. I'm giving you these details.
Well, I feel like I've been failing here.
It's good to write down in a journal every once in a while, and
let me make a reminder in my notes app.
And then you pull out that journal every once in a while.
What time would you like me to set the alarm to remind me to look at you?
12 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe.
6 a.m.?
Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town.
No.
Some are dedicated to the game. And are willing to wake up at any hour to train. So
I'm just saying, there have been times where you have slapped me away in the middle of the night and then have rolled over to face the opposite direction, and you claim that you were sleeping and have no recollection of this. But again, I feel like if you were committed to the game, you would know that something is happening and maybe not swat your wife's hand away and roll over and face the opposite direction of her.
See, this is what happens. You need recovery time. And hold on. Let me finish here. After a long day, you're in bed, you're sleeping a little bit, you need to recharge those batteries. If you want the best performance, you need a good night's rest. Whenever you hear coaches talk about things to do the night before a big game, a good night's rest is always up there.
I'm going to remember that.
Now, if you want to start the day with a really good note and get off to a good start and get that good energy out there early in the morning, that's when you do it. That early morning kind of workout always
get that metabolism going.
Get your metabolism going, puts you in a better mindset, makes you interact with people in a more joyful manner. There's just a lot better of outcomes when you're performing at your best with some good rest.
So the next time that you roll over at 2 a.m. and you shake me and say, hey, want to suck my dick? I'm going to say,
whoa,
I'm going to say,
Nora, Nora.
Oh,
this is a PG podcast.
Oh, bullshit.
For you to throw that out there and to give away secrets.
I'm going to say,
I was never giving out any secrets about
whatever.
what happens.
I am going to say, if you want the best performance out of me,
I'll wake you up at 6 in the morning. Then. That's what you're saying. All right. Noted. Let me put that in my notes, too. I'll pull that out for you at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I wake up at 6:30, so I'll wait till 6:30.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll give you that extra 30 minutes sleep.
That 30 minutes of beauty rest.
Hey, could make
or
break it.
it.
It could mean eye contact or no eye contact. We don't know.
How come you've never told me?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea. Okay, let's move on from the smutness because I feel like we got a little off the rails. And there's probably someone that is listening to this episode of this podcast that's like way too much information. I know you way too well. I do not need to know.
Just edit some stuff out.
Well. I don't edit this podcast.
Well, that's on you.
No, that's on you. I know what I'm going to say.
I cannot be held responsible for the things that I say.
No, I'm pretty sure you can be held responsible.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think you should ask to talk to a lawyer the next time.
So I can read a quote about a girl getting a full ass fist up her vagina and having the guy flex his hand. I can say stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
You don't see the difference?
No.
Oh. I mean, I don't want to have to spell it out even more. I feel like we went way down a rabbit hole. And it's so extremely hard to just get out of this hole right now.
Okay. Well.
But anyway, let's transition. I want to keep you around for this next topic that I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Because I think this greatly impacts you. The NFL announced who is the new sponsor of the Super Bowl halftime show starting for the 2023 Super Bowl. So that means this year's upcoming Super Bowl.
I'm already pissed.
Let me explain the story here. It was announced last week that Apple Music is now taking over the sponsorship from Pepsi. It's been a decade plus, I think, since Pepsi has been the official Super Bowl halftime show sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
And that got everyone on the internet starting to speculate. Who do you think is going to be this year's performer?
There were only two acceptable performers, and the person they picked is not one of them.
And the one group that really stirred up the pot is a group that Nora belongs in. The Swifties started to come out.
Because
and
all
started
of the
to
signs
speculate
pointed to it.
that Taylor Swift was going to be the Super Bowl halftime show entertainer.
She has a contract with Apple. She's an exclusive Apple interviews. For her Red Taylor's version, she's released certain content that's only available to Apple. Like,
I have always said that once the NFL dropped the sponsorship with Pepsi, that would open the door for Taylor Swift because she's always had a Coke contract.
And she no longer has that.
Well, okay, so now she doesn't have that Coke contract anymore. So now she has kind of a two-way street in order to get involved. But Swifties were up and running with this because the NFL and Apple Music announced at midnight of this change, which
Taylor
is a
Swift.
Okay.
Her new album is called Midnights. She's been dropping like videos at midnight, releasing tracks. Like, she's just very known that she'll like randomly tweet, say like, see you at midnight, or she'll just randomly drop things at midnight. And I get it. A lot of artists drop albums at midnight. That's fine. But Taylor Swift will just randomly post like a random video at midnight. And so NFL posted this at midnight, the same night that Taylor Swift had posted a video. So it kind of correlated.
You guys were connecting the dots.
But another person who has an Apple contract is Harry Styles.
So that was another big speculation.
Him and Taylor Swift were the two acceptable people. And rumors have it that Taylor Swift turned it down, which I guess I don't blame her. She doesn't need to do it.
I don't think anybody needs to do it. You do it because of the platform that you're on. And you kind of just, it's the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah,
and I guess it is a cool thing to say, but like, I don't know if she's officially turned it down or
because let's face it, especially this day and age, there's not that many things that are on TV that are must watch anymore. All of the most highest rated television is sporting events now, mostly football sporting events.
I couldn't tell you a single halftime Super Bowl performance that I've actually enjoyed.
Well, that's you. I mean, over the years,
it's almost like a joke that they pick awful people to do the halftime show.
I disagree. You are just now getting into the demographic that they are catering to. The demographic that they cater to is probably about the 25 to, I would say, 34 to about like maybe 25 to 42, I would say, is where they are catering that to.
I don't understand. Like, the Weeknd's performance was awful. I didn't enjoy last year's performance. Justin Timberlake.
Last year's was really good.
But I didn't know any of the artists but Snoop Dogg and Eminem. And I couldn't tell you a single, I don't like know any Snoop Dogg songs.
That's on you. That is on no one else but you. I'm sorry.
I'm already picturing Rachel listening to this podcast, literally texting me saying that she's going to disown me as a friend. But
let me just tell you, this seems like the situation. I was in college. Me and my buddies went to go visit another friend that was in a frat. We went to a frat party. They got us in, and they were DJing their own party. It was a sweaty mess in this basement. It smelled horrible in there. Of course, it smelled like drugs. It smelled like bad BO. And all the music that they were playing was like rap, like hardcore rap. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was not listening to rap at all. Like, I got over my rap phase at an early age. I got introduced to it at a very young age because of my brothers. And then once I started to listen to music, I started to listen to country a little bit more. So I was at this party, and I look over to my buddy, and I'm like, hey, when are they going to play some music that people actually know? And he just starts busting up laughing. He goes, dude, these are like the fucking biggest songs out right now, man. These are bops. That wasn't the terminology at the time.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. He made fun of me. And he still does to this day. Whenever music is played, I don't know it. Or whenever he is listening to a song that kind of reminds him of that situation. He'll shoot me a text. He'll be like, hey, when are they going to play some music that people actually know?
That's me.
Like, I felt that before.
That's me.
That's you in this situation, because I feel like the Super Bowl halftime show are people, like, when I was a kid, I didn't get it. Like, I remember seeing Tom Petty. I'm like, why?
Everyone talks about, like, Prince was so good, but I don't know, like I know he sings the song Purple Rain, but I don't know the song.
Right, and
like,
at the time it fit because he was probably the biggest artist for the people that they were catering that Super Bowl halftime show to.
But like, I mean, I didn't even know J-Lo was a singer, because I know J-Lo as an actress.
J-Lo was a singer beforehand.
Yeah, so when it was J-Lo and Shakira, I didn't even know J-Lo, and I'm like gonna get so much hate for this. But, like, I didn't know she was a singer. But like, I think also if you knew the household that I grew up in, like, that music,
you wouldn't be,
that music was never going to be acceptable.
Right. So, I mean, I just think overall, you'll start to become more aware of who these Super Bowl halftime show performers are. Apple and the NFL did announce who is going to be taking the stage. That's Super Bowl 53, I think it is. I think that's what they're up to. Maybe even later than that. I feel bad for not knowing that. But it's going to be Riri. My girl Rihanna is going to be taking the stage. I love Rihanna. I've always loved Rihanna. Like, one of her best songs, and I don't know if it gets enough credit, is Cheers. Cheers is a banger. It could go up there with any song. If you want to start your weekend off right, it's Friday, you're driving to work. It's Friday, you're driving home from work. I want you to put on Rihanna's Cheer. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Drink to that. Yeah.
I know the song, just don't like it.
It's such a good song, and I'm just thinking she's going to be able to sing Umbrella. I mean, she has so many good songs. I love Rihanna. And I'm so happy that she is just going to be up on that stage singing it. I'm excited to see if she's going to pull out anyone else to sing with her, because that has become a huge trend over the last few years, getting more people involved in the show. So I'm excited to see this, and plus the whole production piece too, because that's another big aspect of the Super Bowl halftime show. If you don't put on a great spectacle, people are like, yeah, that wasn't cool.
The only song that I will deem acceptable for her to sing is We Found Love, which is the one she did with Calvin Harris that Taylor Swift actually wrote for him.
That is a good one. What's the Diamonds? Is that another one of her songs?
I believe so.
Yellow diamonds in the...
Yeah, but I think We Found Love is a great one because Taylor Swift wrote it underneath the pseudonym. So...
Oh, yeah?
She wrote it underneath the pseudonym, and then when it started making money, she changed it.
Why?
So, because I think she came out, like, she never admitted that she wrote it because that's the only one of his hits when they dated. And when they broke up, she came out and said, no, that was actually me.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Good for her, though, for keeping that undercover.
Yeah. But
I would be like, I want credit for that.
Well, the rumor is, like, he only dated her because of who she...
To get clout?
Yeah. And so, like, her song, I Forgot That You Existed.
That's a good song.
That's about Calvin Harris.
See, if Taylor Swift, and I know she wouldn't have performed that song, that's a good song from Taylor Swift. I would have... You know what? There's just moments when you're sitting down, you want to hear a certain artist, right? There's some artists that I feel make me more productive.
Casey Musgraves.
Casey Musgraves and Taylor Swift for some reason.
You love the Lover album.
I do. I bet you, honestly, hold on, let's pull up YouTube right now. It says my internet connection's not working, but I know it is.
You get that every week.
Yeah, I don't know why. My computer sometimes, like, if you connect it too fast to the internet, sometimes it's like, no, I don't want to work for you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Trying to look to
it's
see how
not
often
working.
you've listened to the Taylor Swift Lover album.
No, I'm not trying to find that. What I'm trying to find is if you went to my YouTube page, like if you just pulled it up. Hold on, let me disconnect this because I want to show you.
Is it like most recently played?
Yeah, you'll see all of these artists that are on there. One song that I really like that's always on here.
Is it from the Lover album?
No, it's not Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Or
Casey Musgraves.
Casey Musgraves. This song is a banger. And I feel like this song needs to get a little bit more respect. Look, right there, Taylor Swift. There's a mix together here that is mixed. Taylor Swift. I forgot that you existed. I'm going to show you. I'm going to click on this. Obviously, I can't play this song because I think I would get flagged for playing it. But look at this. Death by a Thousand Cuts,
that's
London
a great
Boy.
one.
Casey Musgraves finally gets it in the mix at Velvet Elvis. Taylor Swift, Gorgeous.
You love
Taylor
Gorgeous.
Swift, Paper Rings. Go back to Casey Musgraves, Family is Family. I'm just telling you, those are songs when I need to be productive.
You like I Think He Knows.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think about Willow?
I'm not a big Willow fan. I don't know why that popped up in there. I'm actually going to play this song because I don't think I would get flagged for it because I'm pretty sure these dudes are dead and they're not trying to collect any royalties.
What's your favorite song from Lover?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna name 3 songs that I think are gonna be your top 3
All right, let's hear it.
from Lover. I think it's gonna be I Forgot That You Existed.
I don't like
I think it's also gonna either be I Forgot That You Existed, Paper Rings, Death by a Thousand Cuts. Is one of those 3 your favorite?
I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough.
You can only claim Death by a Thousand Cuts as your favorite if you know the entire bridge.
I don't know. I don't even know what a bridge is. I know what a bridge is on a roadway.
Well,
I don't know what a bridge to a song is, but here's a bop. You want to hear a bop? You want to hear a banger?
Is this 60s music again?
Oh yeah. This is another genre of music where if I need to be productive, I throw on some 60s music. This song is very date raping, by the way.
Woke up this morning feeling fine. There's something special on my mind. Last night I met a new girl in the neighborhood. Oh yeah. Something tells me I'm into something good.
Come on.
She's the kind of girl who's not too shy, and I can tell I'm her kind of guy. She dances close to me like I hope she would.
I mean, this is great. This song, by the way, has almost 1.3 million views on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I make up 1.2 out of all of these. This song will always hit. If you want to listen to this, it's Herman's Hermits. I'm into something good. To home and she held my hand. I knew it wouldn't be just a one-night stand. So I asked to see her next week, and she told me I could. What kind of singing are you going to get on any other podcast? A podcast singing 60s music to you. You're not going to find that anywhere else. Only here on the Luke Kelly Show. You're only going to find me talking about bops. You're only going to get me talking about bangers. You're going to get Nora talking about bangers in book form. I mean, what a solid episode. We went all over the place. And I only got through 2 topics. I have 2 other topics that I didn't get to today that I'll tell you about on Monday. There's kind of a would you rather for Monday. It's not really a would you rather. It's more of, I was talking to my buddy about this, my buddy Taylor. What would you be more embarrassed about? Watching porn or subscribing to someone's OnlyFans? I'll get into that big topic and conversation on Monday. Also, I have a new job. I haven't talked about it all that much on this podcast, but there's a new aspect of the workforce that I get to participate in, and it's called working from home. I'm going to give you my full thoughts on being able to do that because I'll just wait until Monday to tell you all about that. So come back here. Thank you for showing up today and listening to this episode. I'll talk to you on Monday, you fool sucker.